Like a moth to a flame, it pulls us in. Next thing we know, we're in a now bear's den. Tomorrow, I know it all begins again. But where we're needed, we will go. And I'll roll the dice. Haven't you heard? The heroes have returned. Haven't you heard? The heroes have returned.
For this week's Heroes of the Plains, we've wrapped up a really epic arc, and we are headed in some new directions. I'm being told we're going to see how it happens. Like, we're just going to let it play out. We're playing a game here, and it's going to play out, and it's going to be great. Call out to some of our sponsors. We have Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms, which is an incredible game that has many of our characters in it. So check it out. We love to play it in our idle time. That's kind of the point of the game. It's incredible. And we have a code for an Electrum chest that is on the screen, so you can grab it there or you can grab it in chat. We also have our wonderful sponsor, Talon and Claw, who is going to be hosting a giveaway for us again tonight for a premium dice vault. So check that out. Keep your eyes peeled on chat for all the instructions that you need to potentially win that dice vault. And then finally, we have Sirenscape, because epic games need epic sound, and you will hear the sultry tones of Sirenscape throughout the evening tonight. And I think that is it. So we are going to turn it over to you, Todd.
Oh, I wasn't ready. I'm terrified. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Heroes of the Plains, and this is our second arc, I guess I'm going to call it. This is our second arc, so this is a wonderful time for you to rejoin Heroes of the Plains and not put up with my weird timey-wimey planar madness that I am apt to do. We have a wonderful cast and crew here. I'm very excited to jump in. We find ourselves... well, first off, amongst a very unstable world, because there are wild magic surges. Every time someone rolls a 20 or a 1, that can cause a wild magic surge when someone in chat decides or gets the chance to roll themselves, and that affects the game, and it's really exciting and fun. Some of the best things that have happened, sadly, narratively, have been because of chat. It doesn't hurt my feelings as an artist at all. That's cool. Your plots are better than mine. So it's a really no. It's okay. No.
Todd, speaking of all that, I think we missed one from last week, which was rolled where Briv randomly teleports in a random direction 60 feet away from where he currently is. So, okay. I mean, we might just need to say that happened at some point in the time period here, because we want to make sure that chat is very satisfied with what happened.
Well, I mean, it's far worse. So we find ourselves on Storm Herald in the middle of an actual storm. Storm Herald doesn't move very fast, as you all know, and a storm eventually kind of overcame you in the middle of the night. So you hear the roaring sound of thunder. The entire fortress is shaking. And unfortunately, after a very long time, several weeks, Briv has not been able to stop himself from teleporting randomly. This is often associated with whenever his stomach gets a little growly, or when he eats too much. Sometimes if you provoke an emotional response from him, he'll teleport. If he needs to pee too much, it depends. So it can end up with
every minute of every day is pretty much what all that was.
I'm not saying all that had happened, but some people are probably very salty about what has occurred. A few times, Briv, thankfully, is very tough and has teleported up in the air outside of Storm Herald, above Storm Herald. You're getting used to licking your wounds at this point. So that is how things are going currently. the castle of Storm Herald is being beaten down by rain. It's almost moving sideways in sheets. And also, you have some old friends I believe someone wants to maybe send a message to that used to be on Storm Herald. Is that true?
I guess, sure. I mean, I know I miss them. Hey, Briv, don't go outside while I'm doing the sending because you're just a giant lightning rod, okay?
Very well.
I'm gonna cast sending. I'm gonna send to Ramble.
Okay.
I'm gonna say, "Hi, Ramble. Just checking in on you, Harry, George, Oscar, and Knit. Hope the new bar is going well. Miss you. Thanks. How are you?"
I'm doing quite great. Got a new bar.
Who is Ramble?
I never learned to count, so I don't know how much time I have left. Good luck.
Gluck, one word.
Gluck.
G''L-U-C-K. Gluck.
Listen, I am not going to throw stones in my little not doing well with sending house. Yeah.
Meanwhile, somewhere else in the Forgotten Realms, there is a lovely, newly constructed inn with massive pieces of wood, thanks to the efforts of the cloned storm giant Knit, who has been just grabbing trees, splitting them in half, and shoving them in the ground. So it's a very rough-looking inn. You know, it leaks, but it's also quite formidable as a fortress at the same time. And, Knit himself is actually performing outdoor service to anyone who wants meals. It's hidden as. So, yes. So you all find yourselves on Storm Herald in the middle of a stormy and rainy night. What are you doing?
Well, they're all doing okay. How's the castle holding up with the storm? Do we need to be worried?
And you hear Widdle yell out, "Alyndra! Penelope! Can you come help me? I need someone to steer the helm while I check." I'm assuming there's some kind of steering devices beneath Storm Herald. I just want to make sure that we're going with the wind. And you see Widdle covering herself with her cape, and also if Alyndra and Penelope are near her, covering them as well with all the rain pouring.
Oh yeah. I want to steer.
Okay.
Oh, go ahead.
Alyndra, Penelope, if the both of you want to take the helm, there's a lot of runes here. Just make sure you don't teleport us anywhere we don't want to go.
Okay.
Penelope, can you tell how long this storm is going to last?
Yeah, I could do that.
Penelope will go outside and have a look at the clouds in the sky.
Okay. Yeah, it's a huge storm, actually. It's very thick, and you see a big thunderhead on it as well. It seems to be getting worse and worse. You certainly can. You can either go lower to the ground if you want to, or you can try to go through the storm itself and just go straight up. But the storm is pretty massive, so it may be a full day.
What plane are we on?
Yeah, what plane did you all decide that you were on?
That's relevant. You know?
Yeah. You're not in the Frostfell. You are in the. I will assume that you wanted to be in the prime material plane.
Yeah, that's where I assumed we were.
All right, because if we're on the the plane of storms or something. Yeah. Okay.
That's a really good point.
That does change the length of the storm by a lot.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
The plane of hurricane.
Penelope, is there anything you can do to control this or reduce the severity of the storm?
I mean, I just think that, nature should run its course. This storm needs to be here because it's got very important work to do. Also, I'm a powerful druid, but I don't think I'm that powerful.
You do see rats crawling out of the cracks here and there around the top of Storm Herald as you are trying to kind of steer it. Now, there is a steering device for Storm Herald in one of the towers, but also Widdle has, I'm just going to assume, made also a secondary steering device on the outside of Storm Herald. I don't know if you use some type of ship that has an actual Why? I play a lot of pirate games, and I don't know what this is. The helm. Thank you.
It's the backup helm, just in case the other one breaks.
Yeah, secondary helm.
Yeah.
The
Freely, I do not want thee to feel badly because Widdle did not ask thee to help her pilot.
I mean, I was thinking that. Like, I mean, I'm like objectively offended by this, but then Penelope seems so excited about it. I just decided to keep it to myself. Like, whatever, whatever. I mean,
No,
I
Well,
only
that's,
like
that's the only reason I
life.
asked it, because they look so excited about the helm, and it's glowing. It's got runes all over the place. So I thought maybe they would like to take a shot at it. But really, if you want to, maybe
No,
later on,
Yeah,
after
it's
the
fine.
storm passes,
Right. Yeah.
we can do some lessons together. I'll teach you how to pilot it.
I only saved us repeatedly. That's all. Besides that, sure, fine. Yeah, no, it's fine. It's fine. Don't
The
worry about
little one makes
And
a
you did
point.
an excellent job of it.
it. Okay, now I feel better. Now I'm good. Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Although he very much goes off to the Mind Flayer Nautiloid like in a huff. It's like, like having mending and things on it down there. Like, no, I'd fly it. Shit,
Will's
I flew across all the space and time to find you guys in the first place. And right down there.
Whittle is gonna send Freely a message asking him if he could take the backup helm. Hey, Freely, I got another helm in another tower. If you want to help steer.
I understand. This is like with mine children when I gave them the little fake horse and they thought that they were riding the real horse. So
No,
thou
it's
hast
not-
made
it's
a
nothing
fake
like that.
helm.
It's
for
not like that
Freely
at all.
to
This is a
feel like.
helm, Briv.
It's a real helm.
I don't need your
course, this
pity.
is a
Thank you.
helm.
You know what?
Very
This,
different.
hey, while we're learning to fly, this is as good a time as any. And I like unfold my wings, and I'm like, okay, Orkira, you said with the wind. Right? No, into the wind.
Orkira's followed him to the Nautiloid. She's made 2 large thermoses of coffee from her Japarian stock and is going to hand him one and say, yes, but probably not in this. We probably want to wait until we're out of this because this sucks. This is bad.
Okay, right. Okay.
It's super bad. But
No.
but now is a perfect time to do some of the strengthening exercises I talked about. And
Yeah.
all
Mhm.
right, all the way out, and nice big stretch.
Mm,
And then you got enough room. Yeah. Just go ahead and flap. Just go
This
ahead
is-
and flap. while
This
we're
is
inside.
an unusual sensation on my back muscles. I'm not gonna lie. This is no.
It
Yeah.
took me like a half a year to get used to it. So yeah.
You unfurl your wings in what are almost hurricane winds.
No,
Yourself,
we're in
like,
the
just
Nautiloid. I wouldn't
slide-
let him
you're
go.
in the Nautiloid? Okay.
Yeah. I wouldn't let
Yeah.
him go outside in this. I'm
Said
not
what I
gonna
said.
fly
No,
in
no,
this.
yeah, so you're,
Right.
you're able to like flap your wings, but they don't seem to be really like you need to build strength. So you need to exercise the wings more and more to get them to properly work in this way. It will.
Yeah,
it
that's
will.
good. That's good. All the way back,
Right.
all the way forward, all the
He's-
way back,
Wait.
all the way forward. Yeah.
I don't know why I only got decorative wings. Like that's real. That's weird. I'm like a cassowary or something.
They're only decorative until they're strong enough to not be.
Fake
You're-
wings, fake helm.
You never feel quite comfortable, Orkira, inside of the Nautiloid. It's still very much a mind flayer ship, and all the doors are essentially these kind of upsettingly sphincter-like things that open up and allow you to go through. There's oozy purple tendrils just hanging from the ceiling here and there, and sometimes the floor kind of moves around you, and there's a deep, thick, sulfury smell in the entire ship as well that fills your nostrils, which you are kind of used to in general.
Yeah, but this is a sulfur that's bad. Like there's good, nice, volcanic sulfur, and then there's mind flare farts. So yeah, Orkira is. While Freely is doing exercises, Orkira might be extra special paying attention to every single movement just to keep herself focused away from mind flayer farts.
Every once in a while, I press to digitate around her head because you can cause scents. It's just like roses, just like rose petals, rose petals.
And in those
Yeah.
few seconds, she stops giving you instruction on what to do, and you just hear her go, oh.
Lovely.
All right, no, back and forth.
Yep.
And we'll take a rest. Here, have some more coffee.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you.
So the front of this ship, because it's a nautiloid, has long purple tendrils. And with these high winds, I'm assuming it's not making the ship more aerodynamic. So Widdle is going to spider climb to the sides of the ship and do her best to braid them and try to stick them to the side of the ship as best she can. Or look for anything outside the ship that might be in danger of falling apart.
I imagine that you not only have you braided the front tendrils of the nautiloid, maybe you've added a few of those little beard bracers that you can get as well. Yeah, okay. So you've added a little metal accoutrement to the beard tendrils of the nautiloid. I don't believe I just said that out loud.
It's like a hood ornament.
Yeah, it's like that. So you do that, and you are able to stabilize. Because yes, the tendrils were flapping in the wind. Occasionally, they would like break a window, slam into a tower. It would be very upsetting in general. It's rather distracting. Briv, you continue to teleport around, and you do notice more and more rats are coming out of Storm Herald because of the rain through a lot of the structural damage that has been caused due to, I'm not saying it's really, but it's really, his repeated attempts to try to steer Storm Herald with
To
his
save the day. Right.
unnatural magic, or his natural magic. I don't know which way you want to go with that.
So I keep that to myself because that is not incredibly odd to Briv, and so
Okay, yeah. So you are just kind of bamfing around.
Yeah. Do I get into anything? Do I? Let me know if I come into any place that I have not seen on the ship before, because that's when I'm actually going to care.
I like how you just laid that out for the DM. You know,
Yeah,
here is the qualifications about my caring.
Yeah, I mean,
Send me
otherwise,
places.
if it's just normal places, I'm used to this. This has been going on for
The
some
Briv
time.
care detector. Beep.
It's a valid
You
standard.
suddenly
We're in the nautiloid, and I'm handing you coffee, and then Briv just appears, and I just hand him coffee, and then he disappears.
Oh, hi, Briv. Would you put
You
enough
suddenly,
for everyone,
Briv,
please?
you teleport, and all around you is complete darkness. And it is
Hello,
quiet.
Darkness.
You feel like you can hear the thundering around Storm Herald, but you are somewhere deep, somewhere dark.
I start feeling around to see if I can find the boundaries of this space.
Your hands reach out, and you touch, hard stone, and again, just this this terror. There's a terrible smell down here. You can't quite place it. You hope it's not you. Do you have any? It's just stone, but it's not stone like little tiny bricks or anything like this. You're in some type of cavern, and as you make noise, you kind of hear an echoing noise in this cavern as well.
So I do have dark vision out to 60 feet.
Okay.
Do I see anything else in black and white? Oh, and very importantly, I form some steel around my knuckles, and I just punch the stone just to see what happens.
Yeah, the stone cracks. In fact, the whole tunnel kind of shakes when you slam into the floor with your fist. And your metal kind of instinctually kind of wraps around like liquid to protect your knuckles as you do so, and it reverberates.
Weak stone.
You do see about, I would say about 90 feet from you, some type of figure, all in burlap. Its hands outreached in the air.
Is it small, like a child?
It's very thin. It is very gaunt. Its head is completely covered with a burlap sack, and all of it is wearing burlap and ropes and strings and chains.
Who goes there?
It just kind of stirs for a moment, and then you teleport back onto the top of Storm Herald.
So I have no idea how to get back to the place.
No. Then the rain just happens again. You're just outside. Your ears pop, and rain just cascades all over you.
I open my mouth and collect a little bit of rainwater, and I am trying to find a way back. So, am I just on the deck of?
Yeah, you're on the deck of Storm Herald.
So I'm going to go. All of that happened, and I am eventually going to tell everyone about that experience. But first, the priority for me was during this storm, I wanted to go check on Spiral and make sure that everything was going well at the, what is that called? A rookery? Is that the right word?
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
I pulled that one out. And so I'm basically going there and checking on Spiral, and I will eventually, because this teleportation has been happening so much, I know that I'm eventually going to end up with somebody that I can tell this, and the hope is that I remember it by the time that I randomly teleport back to some of the party.
You find Spiral, and Spiral seems very skittish, very nervous.
Spiral, 'tis okay. 'Tis but a storm. We have been through this. I do not understand thee. I assume that thou art telling me how much thou dost love me, but now is not the time for that. Very well. So here is some water, and I spit back up what I was collecting in the rain into. I know thou dost love me. I thank thee, Spiral. And I kind of just massage and pet. I guess probably the place I think that a griffin would like this the most is where the feathers meet the fur, because I mean honestly, like that's got to be an area that probably gets kind of irritated, and so that's kind of where the scritches happen for the most part.
Okay.
And then I don't really walk anywhere anymore because I assume that I'm just going to teleport eventually, and I kind of hang out there until I teleport.
I want a Fast and Furious type of movie with Briv that's called Where the Feathers Meet the Fur. Someone make that happen.
You won.
I think that's a Def Clones album.
Ooh, yeah. Okay.
Oh my god. You do in fact teleport. You suddenly teleport inside of the Nautiloid, and your nose is filled with kind of like that gross same smell again.
Oh, hey, welcome back. Here, have some more coffee.
Hey, Orkira. There was
like
something
right under your nose.
There was something I needed to remember to tell thee. What was it? It was I don't know. It's like I was teleporting. Oh, I did some scritches for Spiral in the rookery. That is a real word. And I believe that before that I was somewhere else, and right. There was some kind of prisoner in burlap, and it was kind of like they looked like they potentially were some kind of evil entity, probably bent on destruction of Storm Herald. And it was in a deep cavern on Storm Herald, and it was very dark, and I could not see much. I do have dark vision though, and I can see in the dark, but it is not color, and so it was burlap because I could see from the patterns on the cloth. But ultimately, someone is probably plotting our demise under our very feet, and I do not know how to get back there. But I wanted to let someone know about it.
We don't know.
We had a week. It was a really good week. All right.
'Tis always something.
Yeah, but I'm just happy we had the week. I'm just saying I'm grateful for the vacation. That was really nice. All right, Freely, I guess you should get rid of the wings, and it's as you like to say, time to go to work.
Let's go. And I retract them. Yeah.
Widdle.
And I very much slam the rest of the coffee, like, woo! and go running off.
Because what we need is a more caffeinated Freely.
Yeah. Definitely still feel like I'm flying even without the wings. Yes.
Throw some haste on there too.
Exactly.
God.
Yeah.
It's a long
Triple
stride.
down on it, man.
Toddler.
Exactly.
I was hoping we'd be able to get some truffles for later, and we could pair the two. But I don't know, we were a little busy.
Gonna challenge Widdle to a foot race later. Yeah.
You're on.
All right,
Flash
let's go talk with Widdle and see if that's a place she recognizes, because this place is huge.
Widdle? Where is Widdle?
You see Widdle spider climb up the side of the ship, and she takes her gnomish vampire form and wipes away the rain. Yeah, sorry, was someone looking for me?
Briv is kind of like yelling because, again, he doesn't really walk anywhere. And then eventually he realizes he's too far away to have a conversation, and he kind of begrudgingly starts to walk over. And he's
never seen someone so mad at walking before.
it seems rather pointless because I have designs and goals to walk somewhere, and then I appear somewhere else randomly. I wish that someone could figure out how to make this stop, but thou art no one is helping me, and so I am just making the best of it. While I was in the middle of this, I found some kind of prisoner in burlap, very gaunt and frail-like, but probably that deceptive strength should not actually be as strong as it is. It's kind of like a horror thing. And it was there, and it had a sack on its head. That's probably pretty relevant information, especially given our history with sacks. And so this was a very, very scary thing. I wasn't scared. I'm actually immune to fear, but probably scary for everyone else, unless you're standing next to me, because my presence bolsters thine confidence to where thou art also not scared or afraid of anything. But I digress. But ultimately, this thing was on Storm Herald, and I don't really know where, but it was in a cave. And I punched the rock of the cave, and it crumbled. And I know that I am pretty strong, but I also think it was pretty weak rock.
So these things, they have canvases over the heads. They sound a lot like those things that we fought. They were also in a cavern. There were 3 of them, and they were really strong. Are you sure there was just one that you saw?
I only saw one, but to be honest, I did not look around very closely. I was trying to talk to this creature, but then one of my teleportation spells happened again. And by spell, I don't mean something I cast, but a spell, as in, an episode.
You just got a case of uncontrollable portals. It happens.
It certainly happens apparently to me. I believe that if anyone else had this happening, someone in our godlike party would probably offer to try to end the condition. But
do we know how? I mean, I'm happy to help, but I don't know.
I don't know how.
I will cast Remove Curse on Briv. Because why not?
You cast Remove Curse on Briv, and he teleports about 18 times very rapidly in quick succession, as you do. And then suddenly it disperses, and you feel quite nauseous.
That did not work.
I think it did, but not the way I was expecting. Are you okay?
Oh, I'm always fine.
That's good to know. Okay.
And as I say that, I'll actually kind of throw up, and as I do though, I trap it.
Oh.
And
No.
Excuse me. You mentioned a weird cave you saw here. I might know where that is. Remember after Penelope did the whole mouse thing a little while back? I kind of did some digging, because remember there was that evil black globe that was down in there, and then she went chasing the thing that was down in there. So I went snooping around. I mean, I think I might know where there's
now
a cave
that
in the
thou
middle of the
dost
ship.
Speak of it. I have seen many mice running about, and it wasn't really remarkable to me before because they're just mice and who cares. But they are actually moving about all over the place. One might say that they were scurrying places.
Huh. How'd they even get aboard a flying ship? Like, that didn't make any sense. Are there like flying mice that I know that we...
Probably. Also, I mean, we're here, so.
Oh, well, yeah. No, come. I'll show you where it is. Here we go.
Yeah.
And Yep.
Right after
and
you?
I started leading them down into the bowels of the vessel where
I'm just gingerly walking, and it's like I'm always on edge, like I'm about to teleport.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Widdle is going to hand Briv a tincture that helps with nausea. This happens a lot. You know, whenever I started helping people teleport, I noticed that this was a side effect, and I came up with this tincture. So hopefully this helps you if it happens again.
I only have one question because I trust thee. What in the 9 hells is a tincture?
It's
like that noise when your metal comes out and you tap thing, that like ting 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 noise you make. Like that's it.
It's it tastes like rotten strawberries. It's kind of a
that's
creamy pink
nice.
consistency.
Oh, it's like a wine.
It's exactly like a wine. Just it doesn't taste as good, but it keeps you from throwing up.
Very well. I thank thee.
You're welcome. Let's get these rats and these. I'm assuming they're bagmen. If they've got canvases and the real skinny. I'm not really happy that they're on our ship, because I worked real hard on this place. I didn't know that there were caves or a cave system that were infested. It's gonna be a lot of work to get rid of these things.
You didn't know, but didn't you build Storm Herald?
Well, it kind of was existing before, and then I built the engine and made it livable, but I didn't know that there were a series of caves within it. That's kind of creepy, if I'm honest.
Kind of exciting then.
It's like when you buy a house and there's a secret room you don't know about.
Yeah. Also, what's a bagman?
It's a really skinny man that looks like a canvas bag.
I mean, someone could have just put a burlap sack on their head, and so it could just be a prisoner that's been trapped here for millennia, and no one took the sack off.
I mean, statistically speaking, that's not positive for us, though.
No, not really. I mean, I don't mind the rats and the mice. I mean, they're fine. Yeah.
Sure.
I mean, I would assume Penelope would tell us if they were evil or something.
Evil mice.
Nah, they have swords, but that's okay.
Yeah,
and everyone deserves to protect themselves.
There's a tiny altar built to Penelope from all the rats outside, and it's just like actual parts of her hair, which is a little like creepy, are like part of this weird doll they've assembled. And they're like flowers around it and pieces of wicker, and they've created this weird effigy. And occasionally they pray to the Penelope, the savior of the rat kingdom of Storm Herald.
I will say, because Freely can speak with animals at will, every time he sees a rat, he very much preaches the gospel of Penelope to make sure that like the word is spreading. In case they thought it was a myth, no, it is true. It's all true. Yep.
And then like one of them is like, again, it is the legend.
Yeah. True.
You're known as the herald of Penelope.
Mm-hmm.
the point is the 7th generation of rats that have been worshiping Penelope. So like now is like in time immemorial. just this obsession with Penelope as a god.
Well, now we know how Penelope became a god.
Rats.
True.
Mystery solved.
Worship her.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't have any problem with rats. I think they're actually pretty cute. The problem with a rat infestation is hygiene. So I'm just gonna write some rules and put them in everyone's chambers. Make sure you turn your mattresses once a week.
Let us
when you
be
empty
honest.
your chamber
not
pots.
Going to happen for Briv.
Well, you're gonna get the plague or something. No, don't say I didn't tell you so.
I am immune to disease, so.
Well, I think that's a really good idea, although rats tend to be actually pretty clean. But if you're really concerned, Freely can just say that Penelope put down a new edict about how they're supposed to act and stay out of our rooms.
Also, as a point of reference, and just being a good member of society, just because you're not affected by an illness doesn't mean you shouldn't take precautions and preventative measures to spread it to others.
This has been a PSA.
as
I
a red
believe
and
that
green
thou art
mask
right.
appears on Freely's face.
Nice.
And just like slowly moves 6 feet away from the rest of the group.
Also, in addition to turning over your mattresses, if you could please, when you empty your chamber pots, pour it off the side of Storm Herald. Please do not pour it into the garden. I smell
If
it. I
someone
know
is
what's
down
happening.
there.
Wait, you guys are pouring it off the... You just don't just prestidigitate it? Like, oh my god, that's filthy!
Well, I mean, if you want to come and prestidigitate it for us.
I mean, I feel like while we were here and you know, building out Storm Herald, we would have managed to make the magical privies work. I think dumping it over the side onto the heads of whoever is potentially below us is a good way to make mortal enemies, and we don't need any more of those.
Agreed. Like, I lived in Waterdeep long enough that I know about indoor plumbing. It's fine.
Yeah.
We can
You
make
just
this
need
work.
bigger hats. Just very big hats.
The people of Waterdeep live in fear when Storm Herald comes to town.
Rightly so. For a number of reasons, rightly so. Just-
Side note,
just
Alyndra is
drop the
still at
gray
the
water.
helm and steering, so if someone could let
Oh.
her know everything that's happening.
I
Oh,
figured we
I'm-
had this discussion like at the helm with everybody.
yeah. I
So-
would- I
so
would-
yeah,
I would
yeah,
bet-
Oh,
yeah.
I heard that everybody was in the Nautiloid, and then you went to get Widdle.
Oh yeah, no, we
Oh,
wouldn't.
I
We
was at
wouldn't.
the other
We wouldn't.
helm.
We wouldn't head down without you.
Yeah, Widdle
Absolutely.
Fair.
came up to meet everybody
Yep.
because she was spider climbing on the side of the ship at the time. So
Yep.
didn't
Yep.
want to make anyone fall to their death
Okay.
trying to find her.
Yep.
I
Wouldn't leave
appreciate
without you.
So,
Before
if-
heading.
If that's the case, perhaps we could try and scry on this creature, find out where they were.
Well, I didn't see any creatures down there. I just
Well,
this
then
like
what
this
what
the
Briv's
area.
describing?
Oh, yeah, okay. I mean, I just know I have a pretty good idea that I know where it is, but I didn't see any like chained up bag people down
I
there.
do not know that magic, and so
Yeah.
I don't know how to scry.
I do.
We got the magic of our feet. We could just go look.
I can, and I've got it prepared, but we don't really know this creature very well, so we
True.
might as well.
It's just one of them. If they attack,
So-
we will kill it. And if they are friendly, we will invite it home for dinner.
Those
I mean,
are our
sometimes,
only
what's for dinner?
sometimes both. No,
Us, most likely.
we've had multiple encounters that were both of those things. Like, come eat with us. Also, violence.
Okay, if Briv can't find where we're going, I bet you the rats know. I think the rats know every inch of this place.
Excuse me, I know. I've told you I can take you where it needs to go. Why is nobody listening to me today?
Okay,
I'm listening
well,
to you,
Let
Freely.
go! Show
Oh,
us!
I'm right behind you. You lead
All
the
right,
way.
let's go.
while
Heading down.
Freely's taking us in that direction, Penelope, can
Yep.
we ask the rats if they know who or what this creature is? I mean, maybe we don't have to worry. I'm probably really wrong in that, but it's good to ask.
You know, statistically speaking, eventually one of these things is not going to be a problem.
I look forward to that day, but until then, Penelope,
Yes.
can you ask the rats if the bag
Speaketh
person
to
is?
the rats.
Can you ask them? Yeah.
Oh, I was just gonna let Freely do it. I didn't want to take his thunder.
No. Please, please, please. I might learn something from you watching the Masta at work.
Magic feet have got no rhythm.
Also, since you know you're the divine being descending upon them, they're more likely to want to help you. So
That's true.
Penelope will look for a rat.
You find a rat.
Easiest adventure game ever.
What are you doing?
Is that the rat's
It's a
name?
rat with ears, right?
Rat?
Is it?
Oh, it's worshiping.
It's worshiping.
Oh, okay. It's very cute. Very cute. Hello. Speaking with animals. Okay. Quick, can you? Oh, do you want cheese? Oh, you're giving me cheese? Okay, thank you. Nibble. I got yummy. Good. Yes, good. Hey, we got it. Oh, yes. Okay, this might not be working. Okay.
Why is
I
the
don't know, you're
rat
getting-
like Venom? That is terrifying.
I have a limited vocal range.
No.
And this is a terrifying rat.
Okay, we're on a secret mission. It's secret because I just made it secret. Okay. So you gotta be, yeah. Yes, exactly. We're looking, oh, no, wait. Okay, again. Pay attention.
I got nervous.
It's okay. Okay, we're looking for a creature deep inside of Storm Herald that is wearing a bag on its head and is skinny and it's probably very creepy.
The Batman.
Yeah, okay.
Yes. And I'm there for a long time now.
A long time? That's no good. We have to go find them.
Okay.
You lead us there?
Mm-hmm. Smells.
Okay,
Yes.
what? My speak with animals is breaking up. Okay, one more time.
Smells.
Smells. Smells.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Okay. Woo, this is going on
Comprehend
well.
languages.
Does everybody just see this rat yelling at Penelope?
Yeah.
Penelope like chittering away at this rat.
Yeah.
And
I mean, we're all
just
used
going,
to it. We're all super used to it, but we're all standing there with our heads just like slightly cocked.
That must be a dialect of rat that I am not accustomed to.
Okay, we're going to.
Okay.
Just starts walking like a few, and it's not really working on its haunches, and then just starts running down the stairway.
And
Is
Penelope,
it-
run after. This way!
Is it going the same direction that we were going?
Yes.
Okay, excellent. Yeah, run after it. I'm like, great.
I'm gonna cast
what-
Longstrider on all of us so we don't lose it.
I'm gonna
Yay.
produce flame in my hand so that we got some light.
Okay.
Yay.
You start running down into the bowels of Storm Herald, and you move down several feet, and like rain is kind of cascading down the steps. It's not like a full waterfall, but you feel like, the steps are a bit slippery, especially with all the damage to Storm Herald. And you pass by a very familiar golden room that once held a goddess named Saranthus. Still empty, full of dust, unused.
I think Alyndra
and
makes an
cracked.
ancestral halfling gesture as we walk past it.
Mhm.
Right, yeah.
You move.
I had pretty good experiences with Saranthus. I
There's
don't know why you guys
bad
are so
blood.
upset there. Yeah, no.
Bad blood there.
As you are moving like further down into Storm Herald, you're kind of in the bowels of the very magic that kind of like keeps Storm Herald going, and it's getting kind of warm. I don't know if any of you have had the privilege of being inside a mine. I have. The further sometimes you go, the closer you get to the core of something, whether that be a planet or maybe a magical fortress as well. You feel the temperature starting to get increasingly uncomfortable. It is now like 85, 88 degrees, and the water that was cold up there, as it's hitting the stones, just kind of steams up around you, and the humidity is like extremely high as you are moving through the steps. And you
Oh,
get
really? This is going to be good for all the exercise that you did now? Like, it's going to help with your muscles, the soreness later.
It's like we gotta go spend some time in the sauna, get that water weight off. Water weight off.
Exactly.
You move further down, and you do find like a storage facility where you find like big and Widdle, you're familiar with this. There's kind of like big arcing, stone columns keeping the foundations of Storm Herald together. And there's several ballista and catapults, broken barrels of wine and ale. There's some food provisions that still exist, but it seems like largely the rats got to it. And you see this little tiny rat, Penelope, run over to one of the corners. There is a singular kind of dark crack in the stone, very small, and it's squeaking at the small, tiny little crack.
Really, do something quick.
Is this where I thought the on?
Yeah, this looks like the place.
Yeah. We just gotta like squeeze through here. I mean, it's like, we just gotta get down. Can I fit through the crack?
No, it's too skinny. It's only like a to the rats. It's huge. It's like a 7-inch long crack, but it's only like 1 inch in width.
Oh.
Is there a hidden door there?
You don't. I mean, if you're like doing a regular perception check, you can see the stones are loose. So this doesn't require true sight or anything like that. It's very clear that these stones are rather freshly laid.
And this is the direction towards the cave that I'm trying to guide them to, correct?
I thought he said fleshly laid, and I was
I thought that too. I was like, so we're leaving.
That
Yeah,
is
no,
so
this is what we're not gonna do.
Have you not seen my vote on flesh golems or fresh golems?
Mine
I'm
was
voting for
barrel-aged.
fresh golem.
Yeah.
But this is the way that I'm trying, that I was after, right?
Yeah.
Mind
just sort of-
flayers or mild flavor? Players.
I prefer hot.
That's like the worst burn for someone's Mind Flayer campaign. I thought we were
That
picking
was a
Mind Flayers,
mild
not Mind
flayer.
Flayers.
Mild flavors.
That's a bard one I'll file away for later.
I just walk up and kind of rub my hand on the bricks, and I'm like, that's weird. That wasn't like that before. Briv, if you want to.
Briv punches it.
Yeah, right.
Metal encased fist.
Yep.
Weak
there's
stone.
quick question while there's punching going on. When you say recently, like weeks, months, years, decades,
A
centuries?
couple of weeks ago, maybe plaster is set. Go and give me a perception check.
I'm like, perceive quickly because it's about to get busted in.
All right. Well, with my 30 passive, I will go ahead and roll anyway.
I still like the roll.
Yep.
I like to say my passive every single time because
Oh.
apparently it inspires D&D Beyond to give me a natural 20. So
Wow.
that's
Hey.
pretty-
Wow.
That's what we
I'm
want.
pretty much every passive perception. I'm just going to mention my passive so that I get a natural 20. So 35 on my perception check. is a
Literally
little-
inspiration and some wild magic that I'm sure will have no
Yeah.
negative
I'm
consequences.
Yeah,
sure the
bring
wild magic will,
chaos.
yeah, sure. I'm sure it'll be chaos fun.
It'll be fine.
Very awesome. Yeah, at that moment you notice that, and Briv just slams his fist, and the crack spirals like a spider web onto the wall, and the bricks fall forward. And you feel the entire cave kind of shake as he does so.
Weak stone.
Yep.
And
Good job, man.
I've still got my hand lit up. Do I see anything past that with
You see a long cave, perfectly cylindrical, moving forward.
Yep. And I head on in. I'm like, yeah, no, this is the place. Yeah. And head on in.
Would you like me to look ahead first?
No, it's just a cave.
Not really our style.
Yeah.
with that perception check as we all start to move forward, perfectly cylindrical, like, oh, purple worm, perfectly cylindrical, like mechanical, perfectly cylindrical, like
Something melted its way through this cave.
Ooh.
Oh no.
okay, I'm really familiar with hot things. Was this lava? Was this a
No.
lava tube?
This is acid.
Oh, there's a lot of acid. Hey, everybody be a little careful.
Freely has disappeared into
Alyndra.
the darkness.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and cast Mislead to go with Alyndra, and to also look out for Freely, since I want to make sure that we see anything that might be a threat to him as well.
Okay, and where are you right now?
I assume I'm standing behind everybody looking. I'm kind of impressed with the fact that Briv just punched a hole through the wall. Yeah, I'm just standing with everybody and casting Mislead, and my
Okay.
illusory self is walking through the tunnel. I'm
What-
assuming with Alyndra.
Yeah, and I'll be there too.
Widdle, do you know what you might have used a lot of acid to dig a tunnel like this out for? Or
Well, it's a long story. Now, I didn't use acid. I did use a lot of alchemist fire, though.
Yeah, you didn't make this tunnel.
Nah.
Use acid.
So,
May I detect magic?
You cast detect magic, and nothing really fires up.
I don't know why Freely does this, but he has rushed headlong into danger again, and I'm just going to follow him, not because I am rash and make quick, hasty decisions, but because I want to be there for him when he inevitably falls into danger. And then Briv just doesn't even wait for anybody to respond and runs after him.
Very on brand.
You're a good friend, Briv Steelmarrow.
Huzzah!
We had a good week.
Penelope?
Yeah, Penelope is just gonna turn to the rat and say,
Thank you so much. I don't think you should go on from here. I think it's about to get really dangerous.
Okay.
Thank you for your help. You're very brave.
Jeez.
Oh, more cheese. Thank you. Where were you keeping that?
Secret place.
Thank you. Okay, goodbye.
Hey, Penelope. Before you say goodbye to the rat, I know we gotta rush after our friends. Does the rat know when this all happened? Like, the wall was only up here for a couple of weeks.
Squeaky, squeak, squeakum. Squeaker, squeakum.
Many generations ago, my great-great-grandfather saw the crack.
Okay, so very long time. So, rat.
So
Okay,
like last week.
Yeah, it's been a
in
while
that
in rat time. So it's very fresh, actually. It's very fresh.
No,
it's very old.
my grandfather is very dead. I need
Do
him.
they know what created it?
Yo, Squeaka Squeaka, what created it?
First half, not good. No.
Okay, no. We just gotta pull it freely and go find out.
Freely, you're ahead.
Yep.
Yeah, you
Where's his
see,
body?
you enter into this big kind of circular dome, and you see a few branching paths ahead, but in the center of this dome is this standing creature, like a child, covered in burlap sacks and a burlap hood with chains wrapped around it, just unmoving, waiting.
Could you guys come in here? Because, you guys know how I would normally handle this, but I'm not getting any evil off of it with the divine sense. Could you come in here, please? Widdle.
Does Widdle also see this? Since there's no illusory double of
Yep,
her
you do
with
too.
Freely?
Yep.
Okay.
Is it? Sorry.
Oh, I was just gonna say I am gonna lose concentration and run to where Freely is.
Okay, you run into the cave?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
When we get to the point that I guess we can all see the creature, is when you say wrapped up in chains, like, is it restrained or is this a fashion statement?
Or like a chain devil type situation.
It's a fashion statement.
Fair.
Yeah, it seems a little like it seems it was done haphazardly, but it seems also restrained, like it can't move.
This is a trap for more than one reason. I don't know who said it.
May I use Mage Hand to lift up the burlap sack to see if it's a creature, what kind of creature is under there?
I might be able to give you a little more insight.
Oh.
It is a trap, and you've all fallen into it, and I caused the cave in.
Everyone, I need a dexterity saving throw.
This is
DC
why
18.
we have trust issues.
As you see Freely just kick a stone pillar that was holding up the cave, and it shatters in front of you, and all of the dirt and rocks of Storm Herald come down upon you. Go ahead and give me dexterity saving throws.
Mischievous little scamp.
That's a 7.
It wasn't me this time, you guys.
If you fail, you take full 50 points of bludgeoning damage. If you succeed, you take half.
What's
Well,
the
wait.
save?
It's 18, Dex.
I got an 18 exactly.
Yeah, if we're near Briv, we
Whew.
get.
Yeah, if you're near Briv, you get the +4.
Oh,
Mhm.
22 then.
It's not enough. Never mind. Darn it.
No.
I did not succeed. I rolled a 2.
Freely, I'll let you steer next time. What are you doing? You're gonna kill us.
Do we?
So everyone, you took your damage.
Yeah.
What are you doing, Freely?
Just once all the rocks fall and say, you really can't blame him. He had nothing to do with this, honestly. He was just poking around down here and kind of was a little too trusting and just kind of walked face first into this room and into me. And now all of you have too, and we're all gonna get to hang out now forever. So for what it's worth, he does really love you guys, though.
Is everybody within 5 feet of me?
Is everyone?
I mean, we all kind of walked up to where Freely was to stand at the edge of this cave.
Sure, yeah, mostly.
I cast Word of Recall, and we all back to the control room.
Nice.
Wait,
Because that's
Freely
where I
too?
cast it. It'll be this creature, yeah.
you
but
are in the
okay.
dirt and you are in the rock, certainly.
doesn't matter. It's a verbal component, so I just say home, and if we're all within 5 feet of me, all of us go to the control room where I cast Word of Recall to take us to.
And
Well,
if Freely is with us in that control room, I am going to cast Hold Person on him.
Well, and we also have the mansion too, which has a bunch of safeguards on it. That I cast for over a year on Storm Herald, way back in the day.
And what do they do?
It's Mordenkainen's mansion,
Okay.
and so it has a bunch of protective safeguards from enemies coming in and things like that.
Yeah.
But
Well,
let's
So I'm a little confused. I think this is Adam confused and not
Yeah,
normal
yep,
Briv
go ahead.
confusion.
yeah.
So obviously, faux Freely here was not actually Freely. Was there a comment there that Freely was under the burlap?
No,
Or, like,
nothing.
had it been traded out?
Yeah, you are currently with Freely. You do cast right now.
If
Orkira,
everyone
you
within
cast Word of
5
And can
Recall?
I just clarify something too? Because I didn't think I had gone in the room yet, which is why I was using why I was going to use the mage hand.
It was
a
made
distance,
clear.
but-
Okay, so you can still be in the tunnel, but the tunnel also collapsed.
But yeah, no,
the
it
whole
won't.
thing.
It won't help. So okay, so
And
Cool.
quite frankly, I wouldn't have set off the trap until you came in. That's why I was like, everybody, come look at this.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. You want to make sure you kill all of us. You don't want to leave anyone outside.
which meant we would have all been within 5 feet for me to be able
which
to cast
means
Word
you
of
could
Recall.
have cast Word of Recall. So
How do you cast Word of Recall?
I just say home. That's it. It's verbal. That's all it takes. It's an action.
Flames kind of cascade around you as you do.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, I've got my fire in my hand. I've got the produce flame going, and so yeah, as all the rocks fall and Orkira takes full damage, I think she takes full damage because in that moment she's instead of trying to dodge, she's casting it. So
Yeah.
it just
but-
all.
Well, everyone takes their damage because Word of Recall, I don't believe, is a reaction.
No, it's
Uh,
not. We still take the damage, but I'm flavoring the reason why I failed miserably at
Yeah,
that check.
so you are all covered in like the collapse of the cave at this moment. You can't really see anything. You cast Word of Recall, and you feel the flames of the Phoenix kind of surround you at this moment, and then dim, and nothing happens.
Did the spell go off?
The spell went off.
Are we in the control room?
No,
Or
you
oh.
are in the cave.
Whoops. Can I cast a spell?
What are you casting to spell?
No, can I cast a spell?
Yes, you can.
I need a wisdom save from Briv Steelmarrow.
counterspell.
No.
All right.
Well, hang on. Let me check one thing here. Yep. Okay. Well, I guess theoretically we have to roll, eh? Theoretically?
I'll cast it at... I'll cast it at 5th.
Okay. That would be enough to stop what I was trying to do.
Okay.
Okay.
What is going on?
I don't know what you're trying to do, but no.
Really, what are you doing?
Well, I'm. You know, honestly, you were the next in line, Penelope. You're still not quite putting together what's happening here, but I think you'll find out soon enough. That's okay. I guess tell me when we enter initiative.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Everyone roll your initiative.
Did I still get to cast Hold Person on Freely? Because I was gonna do that.
Everyone needs to roll, yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
So go in and do it.
23.
Do you need us to write this out in chat or something, or you got this, Todd?
I want you to write it out in chat, if that would be okay.
Okay,
I will
game
put-
chat.
Game chat.
It-
Okay.
22 over here. I'll give it to you there, but just so you have it.
Okay.
And I cannot spell.
Do I still feel the phoenix? Did I lose?
You do feel the phoenix. Absolutely. And the entire room is just filled with this disgusting sulfury smell as you're like covered in this dirt and rock that's slowly been eroded in the heart of Storm Herald. It feels like this thing has kind of been leaching, like something's been leaching out the core of Storm Herald this entire time. 23 for Widdle. Widdle, you're fast. Everyone's fast. You're all fast people.
Well, some of us are fast. Some of us are perceptive.
I'm fast as heck, boy.
like, thank you. I was like, who's going to catch it? Meagan exposes me to a lot of TikToks.
Yes. Sorry about that.
Don't apologize.
Or Kara, what were you?
7, I think. That's why I was
Not
joking
judging.
about some of us are fast and some of us are perceptive.
And Briv?
10.
Okay.
Some of us are glad that they're lower in the initiative order because some of us don't exactly know what's going on.
All right, Widdle, what are you doing?
I'm casting Hold Person. You see Widdle shoot a piece of iron through her blunderbuss at Freely. It is a wisdom save of 17.
He is not a person. That spell doesn't work on him.
Oh, no.
Yeah, you cast the spell and like you just see like Freely just kind of like twist and turn and like maybe his bones pop and crack. Like he just kind of moves his joints against the Hold Person.
I wasn't prepared
Shuffles
for
it
this
off.
fight.
I don't think I know
And that's your action. Freely, what are you doing?
Again, I need a wisdom save from Briv Steelmarrow.
And what do you say to Briv?
Pending whether or not he makes the save is going to directly affect.
23.
Yep, that is enough. That is enough of a save. We just point at him and nothing happens. I'm just like, huh.
I thought thou wert my friend.
Oh, he is. But you and I are going to be friends, Briv. You'll get it soon enough.
All right. Penelope, what are you doing right now?
Freely, why are you doing this? No, it's not Freely. It's Freely. It's that person.
And she's gonna like yell to this other creature in the chains. Who are you?
Its head just kind of jerks and then slowly lowers again.
Penelope's gonna use her movement to run and grab the bag off its head.
You see Freely's face, unconscious, as you rip the burlap sack off of his face. His skin is almost translucent. You can see his veins and even his skeletal structure. He has not had a meal in weeks.
Oh my gosh.
You have all that cheese.
I do have all that cheese.
The source of all my power.
Uh-oh.
I did it. Shots fired.
You do when you rush up to Freely. You see a tiny little string, a red string coming off of the ceiling right above him, and that's it, like a piece of yarn almost.
Okay. All right.
The
thank
real
you.
Freely or the fake one?
The real Freely.
Okay. This could either be keeping him alive, or it's not. It's okay to cut. It's okay. Can I cut the red wire? Can I cut the red wire? Let's do it. She's gonna bite the red wire.
you cut the red piece of yarn, and it just drops to the ground, and there's a little bit of red yarn still going up to the ceiling.
Okay. All right. That was my turn then.
Okay.
I got you, Freely.
Freely's still unconscious. Briv, what are you doing?
Is it my turn already?
Yep.
Okay. I am going to.
Oh wait, Jen, what was your initiative? I think I missed
9.
it. Oh, you were not.
Oh.
Okay, good. I did get it. Okay.
All right. So I am going to. So Penelope removed the sack, and that's. Do I see that Freely's physical body is there?
Yeah, you see Freely,
Okay.
and he is not looking well.
Okay. I am going to. Sorry, I had 3 options I wanted to go. So I am going to try to first of all, like, doing well from the standpoint of looks like he is physically harmed.
But Freely looks unwell because he's not been eating.
Okay, but not no discernible wounds, anything like that.
Nothing like that.
Okay. I don't think he's diseased or poisoned by looking at him, at least. Okay. Because I was going to lay on hands if he needed hit points. Is basically what I'm looking for.
Oh,
But,
okay. Yeah. Gotcha.
Okay. If not, then I am going to. Can we move around in here? This cave in, like.
Yeah, you're able. It's difficult terrain right now, but you are able to like move out of the dirt.
Okay. All right. Then I am. If I see Freely there, I am going to make the assumption that the other one is not Freely.
Okay.
And I am going to attack. And so at this point in time, Briv starts to kind of chant, and he's like kind of climbing over some of the bigger rocks and headed toward other Freely. And I am ancestors join me. Let this little twerp taste our wrath. And I'm going to cast Spirit Shroud.
Okay.
And as I do that, if I can get to him, I'm going to try to attack him.
I'll say you can get to him. Yeah.
That's fun. I like that. All right. So we're going to try to attack. And let's see, where is that attack roll? That is only a 12 on the first one.
That is not enough.
And that is only a 16 on the second one.
That is enough.
Nice. Okay, so that one hits, and for Spirit Shroud, that is going to deal an additional 1d8. So, all right, so here we go. So,
And Alyndra, you are up next.
that's going to do 25 points of damage, and I'm going to go ahead and smite to do additional damage. And let's do our 4th level. So that's going to be the 30 additional points. So is that 85?
Whoa.
Is that right?
It was 25 and 30. That's 55.
Yeah. I'm sorry. So sorry.
Okay. Yeah.
Bad math. But yes, 25 and 30 additional. Yeah.
Okay.
55.
Ah!
I do not want to be thy friend.
You'll change your mind. They all do eventually.
All right, Alyndra, what are you doing now?
I'd like to run over to where Penelope and other Freely, our Freely is. And I would like to cast Globe of Invulnerability up at 7th level, please.
Okay, you cast Globe of Invulnerability. And so you are excluding this weird fake Freely from that, obviously.
Correct. The goal is to defend against fake Freely, who is attacking us.
Okay. You cast it.
Excellent.
And you surround your friends with it. Occasionally, like an actual piece of stone will fall and break upon that invulnerability.
So specifically, this is against magic. So this is.
Oh, okay.
I put the text in chat, but it defends against magic. So this will be 6th level or below spells.
Gotcha.
But if a friend casts a spell that would be higher than that, it would get through?
Correct. So if it was a 7th level spell, it could get through.
Okay.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't think Globe of Vulnerability discriminates against friendly or negative fire. It's just it cancels everything.
Correct.
But it's just good to know. Okay, thank you.
And what's the radius on that? 10.
It's all in chat. But it's a
10 foot.
10 foot around me, and it's a stationary, immobile.
Yeah, in six levels, spells level 6 and below can't affect creatures or objects within it and cannot target creatures within it. Yep.
And then I would. Do I have a healing potion on me? Superior. Only one of those. I took a lot of ouch.
That's why Orkira was gauging that spell
If you
just cast.
If you can get near me, you can cast it.
Mm-hmm.
As long as you're not on the other side. So, yeah. So I will.
That was your action.
Yeah, I'm not going to do anything else at this point.
Okay. Orkira Ildrex, what are you doing?
How far away is this creature that looks like Freely, and how far away is Alyndra, Penelope, and real Freely?
You were all so close together that for Alyndra to actually have cast Globe of Invulnerability, he's like just a few feet away.
Yeah, but how far away are them from me? I'm trying to figure out what order I'm going to do things. Because I should be still next to where Briv, or nearby where Briv, Widdle,
next to everybody. Yeah, it's a 10-foot radius globe, so you're all within like 5 feet of each other.
Okay. So the first thing I'm going to do is at 7th level, I'm casting Mass Heal Word. It's going to get all of my friends, and not this bad Freely, but it'll get good Freely. Everybody, as my bonus action. Oh, I just rolled like crap. You get 13 health back. God, that's a 7th level gone with 13 health.
Aww.
Thanks, Orkira, for rolling. That was my bonus action. As an action, I'm going to position myself so that I am only facing the fake one, and my maw opens up, and some awful yellow smoke comes pouring out, and I need Fake Freely to make a Constitution saving throw, DC 16.
Oh, I have foreseen this moment. It's a 3.
Perfect. I'm assuming that means you fail.
Yep.
You are incapacitated until the start of my next turn as this gas rolls over you, and you take a whiff, and it doesn't matter that you are a sulfurous creature. This smells worse. And that's the end of my turn. And I'm just growling, and I still have the flame in my hand.
Okay. And now, Widdle, we are at top of initiative as the gas kind of like spreads over this evil Freely that you're currently fighting.
Is the evil Freely close to us? How far away is evil Freely from everybody?
I mean, it was within 15 feet of me.
Yep. In fighting Briv up close.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's you are very close.
Okay, I'm gonna use my flame stride and run up to fake freely, but only to like 4 feet because I don't want this to hurt Briv. I'm casting this at 7th level. So I'm actually moving at 120 feet. I do not provoke opportunity attack. And that would be a 5d6 for damage.
He can't take reactions right now anyway.
You can't.
Okay. So what again? Tell me the attack.
I'm using Flame Stride to run up to fake freely. You see 2 trails of fire behind Widdle. You don't see her. She's just a blur because she's running so fast. Kind of run up to fake freely and kind of do a U-turn to just kind of get him within 5 feet without getting Briv within that range. And that would be 5d6.
5d6, okay.
And the damage is 22.
All right.
And since that is a bonus action, I can do a cantrip, right? Just not a leveled spell with that. So I am going to... I have a cowbell attached to my utility belt.
Are you quickening spell? Oh no, you already did a bonus action for that. Yeah.
It's a bonus action, so I'm going to do Toll the Dead. Is that legal?
Yes.
Okay, and I just have a cowbell on my utility belt, and you just hear bong.
More cowbell.
Needs more cowbell.
Okay. Go ahead. So what's the save?
Wisdom 17.
All right.
And if the target is missing hit points, this actually goes from a 3d8 to a 3d12.
Okay. At this moment, the bell tolls, and you see horrifically all of Freely start to melt and bubble and turn into this red, bubbling red mass. Purely blood red, and little pockets of air moving through him at this moment, and this strong tendril of red goo attached to his right foot at the same moment. His metallic hand ceases to be metallic, and he just melts in front of your face as you see your friend just turn into pure ooze and become a puddle in front of you and slink away.
I'm watching it.
around
Where's
the
it
corner
going?
as a big...
It's incapacitated, though. How is it going anywhere?
It's not. This, as I said, this big red ooze suddenly, massive in size, comes crawling around the corner.
But the evilly is still there.
No, it melted. Evil Freely just melted down and then scurried away in like a weird
and
thin
a new
tendril that
challenger
broke off.
A new challenger enters the arena. Like
That's
the ooze is a new creature.
It seems to be the same. It seemed to have been attached to the same creature.
Okay.
Like an extension.
Is it still within my melee reach? That
is no longer within your melee reach. No, it's about 15 feet. Well, I mean, you can move out of the invulnerability to go after this red ooze.
I didn't think I was there anyway, but yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Briv couldn't have been because he and Evil Freely were locked in battle. So
yeah.
And I'm assuming the red string that Penelope took care of also leads to this creature?
No, it does not. It is actually made of yarn.
Does that make it the creature's turn?
That does.
So I sent you a very relevant thing in chat here because this will affect. Apologies, everyone. We're spinning a lot of plates over here. That will this is very relevant.
So what are you doing, Freely? Well, formerly freely, now the this big red mass of gross gelatin-like mass of you see hundreds of thousands of faces kind of like shifting in and out over and over again as you see it take different forms. One form seems to be like the face of Freely for a moment, and the other form seems to be someone else's face, just constantly over and over again replacing itself.
Kind of looks like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Todd, I require a clarification on something. Sorry that I messaged you here to ask how this is going to interact, because it's definitely relevant. Apologies.
Well, on who?
Okay. Well, the globe of invulnerability only
it's not a spell.
Yeah, doesn't stop physical attacks. Here's the thing. It knows what Freely knows, and it knows Alyndra has won multiple fights single-handedly with a banishment. So it's going for Alyndra.
Valid. Okay. Well, you rolled a natural 20.
I did.
Okay, tell me about Eat Memories.
Well, that is going to be 34 bludgeoning and 14 psychic damage. But is Eat Memories affected by the crit or not?
It is.
Then Alyndra needs to make a DC 18 Wisdom save.
Alyndra is, I think, dead.
What?
How much did you say it does?
34 and 14.
Total?
34. Well, multiple things
or
happen.
Is that
it hits you, and it hits you, and then another effect happens.
I'm
so the
down
damage
just from the attack. I'm on death saves.
Right, and point of clarification, actually, because it's a save is not an attack, and that those are not crits. Yeah,
perfect.
Sorry,
I didn't even give hang on. I didn't give the effect damage yet. That was pure bludgeoning damage.
I got you.
Yeah, it's 34 and 14.
Gotcha.
Okay.
All
right. Then if Alyndra drops on the first hit, then the second hit would be aimed at Orkira, which would be.
No, I dropped on the second hit. It took the second to.
Well, I've only swung once yet. Like when I attack, it does bludgeoning and psychic damage.
Yeah, it had two effects in one.
Then another thing happens. But if you drop before the other thing's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
But the second swing is at Orkira, is 23 to hit.
Yes.
And that would be 17 bludgeoning at Orkira and 7 psychic damage and a wisdom save.
All right. It's a 21.
You beat the save, which I believe means nothing else happens. Yeah. Okay. Nope. You made the save, so it's nothing other than the damage. Yep. That's it for that's it for the creature.
All right. And now we are on Penelope Half-Pint. What are you doing?
Is Freely is in chains? Are these chains attached to anything, or is he literally in chains?
He's just wrapped up in them.
Okay. Penelope sees Alyndra drop, seeing all this happening. She's not gonna attack. She's a little too confused. She's gonna look at Freely and say,
I've got to protect you. I've got to protect everybody.
And she's gonna grab Freely and cast polymorph to turn him into a rat. And she wants to put him in her pocket.
I mean, there's no save. So yeah. And even if he could, he would let you do it. You turn Freely into a tiny little rat. And all his chains and all of the burlap sack just kind of cascade off of him as he turns into a little rat with a red patch of hair on the top and a green streak.
Skinny rat boy.
Skinny rat boy. All right. And that's your action?
Yes.
Anything else?
I think I see a lot of damage going on. So Penelope is then, oh no. If I wild shape into fire, does that hurt Freely in my pocket?
I'll say it'll be fine.
Yeah. Okay. Penelope's gonna wild shape into her fire. Yes, I'm just making sure I can. Is it still a bonus action? Fire elementals take both your wild shapes. So yes, I think it's still a bonus action.
For a circle of the moon, it should be.
Yeah.
but I have to use both of my wild shapes to become an elemental. So I will do that. And now, luckily, I have a lot of extra hit points, and that's what I'll do.
Okay. And now we are on Alyndra. Alyndra, you want to make a death save?
I mean, no, I don't want to make one, but I will.
So I apologize. Will you?
I will. Fail.
All right. You fail a death save. Orkira Ildrex, what are you doing?
Am I next to this creature?
Yeah, it came into the globe of invulnerability, so yeah, you have to be.
Okay. Mass healing word at 5th level. Everybody, all of my friends within 60 feet are going to get 9 health, which means Alyndra is once again awake and alive. That's my bonus action.
Okay.
I spent weeks with this creature. I have a 20 passive insight and a 30 passive perception. Besides the smell, did I recognize anything else?
No.
Do I have any idea why the attempt to get us all to flee did not work?
You do not. You felt like the weave just shut off on you. Right as you
Because I
cast
had
it.
detect magic up too.
Yeah, that's not going to let you know if a monster.
Fair.
Yeah.
What?
All right. Then as my...
Lauren, did you heal us some? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
9 points.
Oh, okay. 9
Yeah.
points. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, everybody, all my friends just got 9 health back. Not a ton, but once again, I'm trying to keep people awake. All right, if it's next to me, I'm just gonna breathe in its face. I need this creature. This is the fire breath. If I have to move around it so I don't hit any of my friends, that's fine. I need this creature to make a dexterity saving throw, DC 16, and it's gonna take half damage even on a save.
It does make the save.
So it's gonna take. It'll take 6 after it saved 6 fire damage.
All right.
And once again, I'm just snarling because I think Orkira is feeling incredibly guilty that she spent all of this time with a creature that wasn't even her friend. And that's it.
At this moment, a wild magic surge strikes Briv, and your gauntlet starts trying to bite you. It grows teeth and expands the mouth of its gauntlet, and sharp, pointy teeth start trying to chomp at you.
You've got to be kidding me.
I mean, I am completely fine if this is Briv, but that one was intended for Orkira.
Oh, I'm sorry. Orkira, you...
I would rather take it.
Yeah, no, I got you.
That's my natural 20 is...
Your gauntlet jumps off of your hand. Actually, well, because that 20 was for you, would we consider this wild magic surge to be a benefit or a negative? I feel like a mimic is typically a negative.
I mean, so far, that's been this day for me, so
what is
bring
your
it.
most prized possession that is not magical?
What is my most prized possession?
Your hat?
No.
I mean,
No,
No.
actually, no, it's not. It's not. It'd be one of the gifts that somebody gave me. It would be how big of a thing does it need to be?
Oh, it doesn't have to be too big.
In
I'll
this
just-
in
Okay, go
this
ahead.
moment, it would either be the it would either be the pebble that Penelope gave me or the collection of letters that Alyndra gave me. But they're in my handy haversack.
They are.
The only thing that is right now not out of the handy haversack is my book.
The
are
book of
the
the Phoenix
clothing,
grows
your
teeth.
purple pants.
Right.
That'd be terrible if your purple pants turned into a mimic. No.
Yeah, that's under my armor, so
Right.
and it's also not my most prized possession. It literally would be one of the gifts that people gave me.
Yeah,
so.
well, your tiny pebble actually grows teeth, and you see it trying to squeeze out of your handy haversack, and it's just got like tiny little teeth, almost like a little
What?
gray Pac-Man. It's just like,
You ain't ever gonna find that.
Throw it at the
And-
monster.
At the same time,
That's probably what she's gonna do. Although I don't think it's my turn. So
Elder Oblex, you suddenly teleport roll 1d6 to a random location within 60 feet.
Me?
Yes. Oh,
I mean,
well,
that's a 3.
yeah.
So.
Yep. All right.
Well, the other me is wild shaped in Penelope's pocket. So just not gonna think about what that's like, honestly. Probably good I'm unconscious.
Yeah, you teleport further down the cave. Okay.
Okay.
And now we go to, I believe, Widdle. Widdle, what are you doing?
Is Widdle at the top?
Yeah,
Widdle's at the top.
Briv did not act.
Yeah, Briv didn't act in that round. Yeah.
I apologize. I think the extra wild magic surges threw me off.
Yeah,
So,
understood.
all right, go ahead, Briv.
So how far away is the creature now?
60 feet. Well, I guess. Okay.
Is
Briv
Briv
had
60 feet in here?
Well, Briv had to be more than 10 feet away to be out of the globe of invulnerability, and I have now moved 60 feet away from that. So I guess 70 feet.
Yeah, you're about 70 feet away from. That makes sense. Yeah, he got teleported
This
away.
place is that big?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, wild magic.
All right, so 70 feet away. And let me check on something real quick.
Okay. And Freely, you're on deck.
Well, Widdle.
Oh yeah, Widdle. Sorry.
A lot of people to keep track of.
Yeah,
well,
it's
wild
a
magic
lot's
surges
happening.
to keep track of too.
A lot's happening. A lot's happening.
Okay.
Yes.
How does Alyndra look?
Terrible. Linda has
Terrible.
9 hit points.
All right,
Yeah.
well, that's what I'm gonna do because I can't get to it
Um,
effectively.
Briv, we can take care of Alyndra. You're the person putting damage on this thing. Keep it away from her.
Can't get to it, but I've got to go through where you are anyway, and so I can't get to the creature effectively as far away as it is, which means it can't get to us either effectively, and so I am going to because that's not doing me much good. I'm going to let you save some spell slots, and I'm going to just pump all 65 of the lay on hands on Alyndra.
Okay.
And then I'm with the rest of my movement that I have, I'm going to close up because I guess they were 10 feet away from me. So 30 more feet, I'm going to move forward into the gap and just try to, wall out as a single person as much as I can as the creature returns to the rest of the party.
Okay, you do so. Perfect. All right. Widdle, what are you doing?
If I were to use Flame Stride, would I be able to use Quicken Spell for a leveled spell?
Yes, because you already popped up Flame Stride, so you're just concentrating on it. So as long as you don't cast another concentration spell, you could do that, yeah.
Okay, awesome. I just wanted to make sure before I took that action. Where is Fake Freely right now?
70 feet away.
70 feet away.
Okay, so Flame Stride, I'm gonna do this at level 5. So I would move at 110 feet. Would it be possible to...
Well, you already cast Flame Stride, you told me. So what had you cast at?
Oh, what did I cast? I think I cast it as a level
You-
7 before.
You did 5d6 damage, so whichever
Yeah, that
version
would've
it
been
does
a-
5d6.
That
Okay.
would have been level 7.
Okay, so that's what it's operating at.
Oh. Okay. I'm gonna run up to Fake Freely, and you know how when you're ice skating and you skid sideways and you kind of ice check people with a wall of snow. That's what I'm gonna do, except with fire.
Okay.
And okay, so let me roll my damage. There's no save for Flame Stride damage, is there?
There is not.
Okay. Let me roll my 5d6. That is a 23.
Okay.
And then as I'm side skidding this wall of fire at Fake Freely, I'm also casting Fireball using Quicken Spell at level 5.
You'll get caught in the fireball though, because you have to be
I
within. You have to
also-
be within 5 feet to flame stride.
Well,
Yep.
I have sculpt spell, which I would normally
Okay.
use for fireball. So as I'm doing this, there's definitely like a kind of a barrier around me, and that would be a dex save of 17. Fake freely.
All right. I do make the save with 18.
Okay,
Although Todd, I just asked a different question there.
so you would take half that damage. Let me roll. So that would be 22. Roll
Oh.
44,
Okay.
and that's my turn.
All right. How does Freely die?
Or the red goopy thing.
No, the red goopy thing with a billion faces.
Yeah, I mean, I see the resemblance in the red, but besides that, like,
We
Yeah.
just find a red ooze with a green streak. I'm like, I know what
Yeah.
version of Freely that is.
it's true. Yeah.
Widdle, how does this big gooey mass die?
So I imagine it's a lot like those 80s practical effects like the Evil Dead, where you just see these, like this amalgamation of red goo and melting wax kind of screeching into the ground, with a circle of fire around it. You can sort of make out the faces, but there's a lot of fire and heat. I'm assuming you
Okay.
hear it screech.
All right. Oh my god, I did not need that in my ears. That was disgusting.
Now everyone's suffering, Todd.
He was
Yeah,
less scary alive.
it burns alive, and you just hear these screams and horrible guttering noises, and you see all of the creatures that it's ever absorbed throughout the life of this elder Oblex just kind of scream out as the memories kind of like try to hang on for one last moment, and it dissipates. At this moment, Freely the rat, which I'm calling you anyways from now on, you actually wake up from your stupor, being held by Penelope Half-Pint.
Who's a fire elemental.
We are out of initiative. And Penelope Half-Pint is a fire elemental. You're not quite sure what's going on. You're very tiny, being held by
Quite
fire.
warm here.
Am I able to cast message from inside of Penelope?
Can you cast message as a rat?
So I mean, I'm gonna be honest. What's your intelligence, Freely?
His
Oh,
intelligence
as a
would be
rat.
that of a
His-
rat.
yeah, that's not his thing.
Oh yeah, okay.
yeah.
You're 100% sure you're in hell. You're
Right. No, this is not what was supposed to happen. I was supposed to die, hero. I was supposed to go to Celestia.
Penelope will hop out of being out of her wild shape, and the first thing she'll do is check on Freely and pull him out of her pocket.
It's a
Really?
hot rat summer.
Really, are you okay? Are you okay? Are you awake?
Squeak, 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 squeaky, squeaky, squeak.
Okay.
in the corner of the cave. There is a rat.
Again, it is the legend.
Puts that cheese down his throat.
She hath blessed me.
Cheese for the shrub goddess.
I will drop the polymorph.
Freely, you are back. You are very hungry.
What's the last thing I remember?
You were having
I mean-
a really bad dream, and you kept on. You were like dreaming about some. What were your favorite moments of all of these people that you are friends with? Because that's what you were lost, one after another while you were dreaming.
Oh,
Give me your
fights
top
we-
three.
Fights we won every time. Seeing Penelope after I released Saranthus to get her back. When Briv told me I was a good paladin, and that time that Averin expressly forbid Alyndra from marrying me, and I was very offended, but it's still a happy memory. Yeah.
Valid.
Yeah.
Some bad overtones. What all right, yeah, and that's what you remember. You remember just feeling like you were just kind of descending into just darkness, and you did feel like you were just being engulfed over time while you were sleeping.
I realize not to get overly timey-wimey, but for a lot of reasons, I had to be the real me when we fought the Norns, or I would have had very different capabilities. So I guess.
Oh yeah, no. You were the real you. Yeah. That was your last fight,
Right.
and then you had a nice deep sleep.
Right. Okay, got it.
So wait, how long has Freely not been Freely? Can we?
Since we got back
Just-
from the Norns, so it's however much time
It's
has
a
been
week,
post-Norn.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. A week, 2 weeks, But post-Norn, 1000% post-Norn. Yeah. Because otherwise I wouldn't have had my powers that you saw me use when we were fighting the Norns.
Does Freely look like he's going to be okay for 60 seconds?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, what am I doing with this rock that is a mimic now? Is it still attacking me? It's in my hand. I cast produce flame.
It's a rock.
Well, it's right
Doesn't
now.
have
It's
any
not.
vulnerable spots.
It's a mimic.
Hello.
Nope, it's on fire. It's in my hand.
I'm
Too late.
Why
Nope.
am I on fire? No.
It be
Do you
dead.
want to be my friend?
No.
Aw.
Don't you want to be my friend?
Did that rock
is
talk
it-
last
I'm
time?
burning.
Wait, you could have
All
had
right,
pet
I'm
mimic?
dropping the rock.
You
but
dropped the
it-
rock.
Yep. It can be someone else's friend. I want to fly around. You said there were multiple entrances into this place.
Don't
I
offer
wanna-
that up to Penelope.
I know.
It's too late. It's too late. It's talked and it didn't take damage. So I dropped it. I need to fly around this place and I need to look to make sure that there are no other imminent threats.
You do fly around the place. You see that a lot of these tunnels kind of lead to dead ends. This thing had been burrowing, trying to kind of undermine, just from your passive perception, it was actively trying to undermine the full structure of Storm Herald to cause it to just collapse.
That's why it was cracking when I was jumping. See, it wasn't me. It was this thing had messed with the structural integrity of the ship.
Sure.
And so
I
I
feel-
think that's the only creature.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna fly on.
The sulfur smell just kind of disappears, and this tiny red string is still dangling from the root, from the top of the cave.
Where is that going to? I'm checking that out. My hand's still on fire.
It's just going right to the ceiling of this
Okay.
cave.
I'm burning the red string.
Okay, you set fire to the string, and just kind of goes up into flame, and you hear this kind of ring noise high above you.
What do I remember of Storm Herald is right above us?
Nothing with a bell.
I'm gonna fly on down. I'm gonna start death warding everybody.
Okay.
I have not teleported in a while. Do I think that
I feel like your teleport has run its course. Yes.
Okay,
Yeah,
so-
your teleport started shutting down about
that's
that.
like longer than it has been, pretty much, and I'm like maybe
Yeah.
starting to think it's over. Okay, excellent.
Alyndra gets a death ward. Penelope gets a death ward. Widdle gets a death ward. I walk up to the real Freely. I look over Penelope and I say,
Do you trust that this is the real one?
I pop on True Sight. That should make.
Oh yeah, it's Freely.
Okay.
Am I even aware of the fact that there was a not me? Do I even know there was a duplicate?
I mean, you felt yourself. I mean, you felt your memories just kind of being sucked out of you, and your previous. You know what Elder Oblex is, having previously been a mind flayer. You know that they
Right.
made a few. So
okay.
you are probably connecting the dots at this very moment, pretty rapidly as to what you just became the victim of.
Penelope or Alyndra gives me the thumbs up. Freely gets a death ward, and I look over at Briv and I say,
I am a death ward.
Yeah, we need to go and see what is above us right now.
You hear the sound of shoveling above you.
Eldritch Blast.
No.
Straight up
It
into
was
the dark.
trying to.
You Eldritch blast into the roof, and
Yeah.
rocks and dirt comes down. It doesn't do any damage to anyone, but you continue to hear shoveling, and it's this. You hear the sound of a metal shovel hitting dirt and scraping, and then dirt falling, and more again and again and again.
It's
Widdle-
gonna fall down.
Widdle, is there supposed to be a dirt roof in the middle of a flying castle netherese ship thing?
Hello there, can thou hear me? I'm just gonna yell into the cave.
Setting off one of my channel divinities, and everybody is getting some temporary hit points.
Oh no! What are you?
4 right now.
Who's down there?
Who are you?
Tis Briv Steelmarrow. Who art thou?
There's so many of you.
Do I recognize his voice?
No.
Wait a minute. Who is that up there? This is my storm herald.
It's
How
kind
did
of
you get?
ours, but okay.
Oh no! They must be demons down there.
I'm flying straight up. Who do I see?
You do see more of the dirt being digged out. You get to the top, and you can see a little bit of dim light, moonlight. What is that?
That's my hands on fire, so I can see.
Yeah, there's
Orkira's
still a little bit of dirt. Do you start digging through the dirt?
I would, yeah, if I gotta. I think Orkira, if she thinks she could at this point, because like things are bad. She's just like charging through it.
You finally hit rotten wood, and you claw through that wood, and it just kind of disintegrates all around you. It's got like just worms eating that wood. It falls to the ground in small little pieces, and you dig through another layer of wood, and the dirt falls, and you pop out, and you see this very pale, bald man with a shovel, absolutely terrified as you kind of explode. Being a dragonborn with wings, you just kind of explode out of the dirt, and dirt flies everywhere, and he falls down on the ground. Please don't hurt me, please.
Who are you?
I just tend the places. I heard the bell. We put it's a safety bell in case something goes wrong. Sometimes we may make mistakes. I'm sorry.
Wait a minute. What bell are you talking about? You're not talking about this bell, are you? And I'm pointing to the cowbell in my utility belt. Because I didn't think anyone else up here could hear that.
There is a
I'm
bell.
Sorry. Can I just clarify who's up top and who's downstairs?
Orkira is up top. Not unless you told me you went up top. You're not up top yet. I need people to tell me that.
Sorry, I imagined. I didn't actually say it out loud. I imagined that as the dirt's falling into the hole, you just see Widdle angrily scurry her way out.
Okay. Anyone else?
But if we can't fly, we can't get up there, correct?
Yeah.
Nope. Well, no, that's not true.
Really, now is thine moment.
Alyndra?
I can lift up. What? Is there a big old rock that we can all stand on?
Oh Jesus! Yes.
I can telekinesis a rock that we all stand on and make a lovely levitating platform.
Oh, nice.
Do you just full Magneto this?
Hold on, please.
Yeah. So Orkira explodes
Orkira, are you all right up there? Do you want help?
Yes.
To all of the above.
Yeah, so Alyndra basically creates a rock elevator, and Orkira explodes like a demon out of this tiny hole in the dirt, and then Alyndra...
I'm glowing because I've got the aura on, my hand is on fire, and she is scowling.
And then the entire entrance that you exploded out of explodes more as Alyndra and all the heroes of the plains slowly rise out of this moist dirt above everything slowly.
Wait, we went like 2 weeks and I didn't Eldritch Blast or Green Flame Blade anything, and that didn't set off any alarms for any of you? Like, how did you not, like...
It's
Penelope,
You
I
want
think that was
Orkira's
kind of weird.
Shoulders slump a little bit more.
Penelope has, at this point, not listening freely, is just cast create food and water and is just stuffing food into his mouth.
Which promptly shuts him up, by the way. I'm like apple with one hand, but pulling the sword out with the other. Oh no, I'm good.
Yeah, it's a lot of bread, so you're just gaining the weight back right away.
Gotta carb up.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. Yeah. I'm like, well, but I got like a 12-pack. Look at this, I'm shredded.
Yeah. It's a great diet plan. Starvation
and possession by an elder Oblex. Yeah, no, it's good. It's fine.
So this man is this bald, pale, thin man with strong arms, though, is just like he was already terrified and about to pee himself at the sight of Orkira exploding out of the dirt, and now Alyndra just slowly rises all of the ground out of this dirt as well above. And you see this bright moonlight cascade upon you. And around all of you, you see a graveyard.
Are we still on Storm Herald?
Wait,
No.
We're not going to
this
be for
isn't Storm
long.
Herald.
You are not on Storm Herald. You feel the cold breeze of wind on your face at this moment. And you see a little tiny metal pole from where you exploded for where there are graves. And Alyndra, you would know what this is in particular, and so would probably Widdle. They tie a string to
So if you're
a casket.
buried alive, you
And
ring the bell. Mm-hmm. Yep, good times. Lovely. Why are we here? Where are we? Where is here?
Divine sense.
You cast Divine Sense. You don't sense anything that would you consider be an imminent threat. As you look around freely, you get a dark feeling as you cast Divine Sense. You see multiple graves all around you, and a very run-down funeral home of like rotted wood, and it used to be like used quite often, but has seen better days. And you see a vast land ahead of you as well.
Briv is going to use the common sense ability and say, perhaps should we just go back into the hole?
We could just turn this around. Yeah, like throw it in reverse. Yeah, right.
Not saying that out of fear, it just seems like this is a very drab and boring place to be.
But we know
Where
where we
are
are.
we?
I mean,
How did
That's
we
like-
get off a Storm Herald?
It's okay, but I would just like to leave now. That's all right. You seem...
Wait, we
Wait,
need
please.
information from Briv.
yeah, where are we?
Where are we?
You're in Barovia.
I don't know what that means.
Okay.
neither.
Can you tell me whose body you think you're digging up here?
I thought it didn't make any sense. This person had been dead for like years. And then the bell rang, and my job is to check on the bodies if the bell rings. But we haven't had a lot of recent deaths, so I thought maybe some kind of restoration magic had been cast. Please.
I have a question. I did spend some time in a place that rang a similar bell to this, where the machine was. Does this feel like that
That's
place
right.
that I was in?
Oh, you're home.
You guys remember when we met? Actually, Briv, you weren't there. You were like paralyzed or something. But all the rest of you remember there was that place and there was that machine, and then I was kind of a mind flayer, and then I wasn't. You gave me the coin, and you guys got in the machine and you left. This is like that place. It took me a second to like put my finger on it, but this is that place.
It does feel
I
a
look
bit
at
like
the
that, doesn't
gravestone.
it?
Is there anything
Yeah.
written on it?
Is this the place where we turned Abram into a god? Speaking
No.
as Meagan. Okay.
No, you Widdle. From what I understand of your backstory, you should be
You-
intimately familiar.
You
with
would know this place. This is Casa del Strad.
Mm-hmm.
No, I know this place. I just couldn't recall where we were when we were in that tower where Abram was turned into a god.
For
Yeah, that
you,
was- I'll cut
Widdle, you do look around, and this is a very strange kind of situation that you see these graves, you see this funeral home, and you also see a bunch of catapults and empty barrels with glowing green liquid still attached to them that might have been alchemist fire, and also heaps of dead bodies, long since rotted. And across this ravine, you see Castle Ravenloft in the distance. And Alyndra, as you stare out at this castle, which you have known throughout history, probably, of whispers,
Oh, I
Of
didn't realize I
legend.
knew anything about it. Okay.
a tiny white moth lands on your nose.
No, not that. No, go away.
And freely inside of your head, you hear a very familiar voice, almost like family. Welcome home. Come back to be with us. We know you've been alone. Your friends can join.
You guys are hearing that, right?
Hearing what?
We?
I think we might have a problem.
And you don't see it freely, but you feel it. 4 tentacles slowly, gently caress the back of your skull.
You see Freely grabs his sword, green flame blade, and I try and shatter the boulder that Alyndra brought us up on. I want to see if the hole is there for us to leave or if it's closed behind us. He's just like, nope. Like smite to try and shatter this boulder. Like, nope, we need to go. Back in the hole.
You smite the boulder, and you see, as it kind of explodes all around you, you see a humanoid skeleton in its casket from where you emerged.
Are there any markings on the casket?
What's the headstone say?
Yeah.
God.
Who is it? Who is it?
Who isn't it? Duh.
It's all of us.
It's Schrodinger's headstone. It's all
If
of
true
us.
sight on, I know which one it would be. The answer, still all of us.
I misspoke. You see a tiny gnomish body in a tiny casket. And it says, Widdle. I'm sorry I couldn't save you.
But how's that possible? There's a tiny gnomish skeleton in the casket,
Yes.
you said?
Yep.
And
Does
it
it have
says,
a
I'm sorry I
jaw?
couldn't save you.
It has a jaw, and the
Great,
jaw
I'm
is not
casting.
faint. Oh,
I'm really quick casting Speak with Dead. And normally Orkira would waffle on this. Normally she would be really, really nervous, but in this moment she is so frustrated and filled with guilt over not noticing any of the shit that just happened. She grabs this tiny little skeleton and just casts it, and the first thing that she says is, "What's your name?"
my name's Leroy.
How'd you die?
I got tortured by this mean pale man.
You mean vampire?
Maybe, yeah.
And so he killed you.
I'm gonna look at Widdle.
Any other questions you want?
I was being tortured, and then there was this fire. There's fire everywhere.
Yeah, just, Widdle. Hey, it's you. From the future, I'm assuming.
No, it's definitely not you.
It's not white.
This,
But
this,
she's convinced that it is.
Okay.
this body
Does-
just announced that it's Leroy.
Why are you lying about your name?
That's your third question. I'm not lying. I'm Leroy.
Insight check on the skeleton.
Yeah, it's a male gnomish skeleton. I'll give this one to you. You go ahead and roll it though, just in
Yeah,
case
so
you get wild
17.
magic.
Is he lying?
No.
I look over at Widdle.
Not lying. This is not you. Somebody put a body in a grave that wasn't you, and either the person who made the gravestone didn't know, or this is all more of this awfulness.
And I look back down at the corpse.
How long have you been dead?
I don't know, maybe it's 3 weeks.
Any other questions? I got one more.
How did you die?
Well, we know how he died. He said a
Already.
male guy tortured him.
How do we get out of here?
The answer to that is going to be turning into one of these skeletons if we believe the skeleton.
Well, no one ever really leaves.
We've been here before, right?
Yes?
Yeah.
So we left.
Yeah.
And then all these white mouths kind of erupt out of the jaw. and
I cast
flutter around
Fireball.
What?
you. You cast Fireball and you explode. All these burning white mouths kind of descend upon you, almost like it's party trick. But you feel all of this white dander hit you at the same time, and all the moths burn down.
And for my last question, I will ask the skeleton. I will say,
Any more party tricks you want to pull on us?
No.
I toss the skeleton back into the grave.
You toss it back into the grave. It just clunks for a moment. Freely, you feel yourself connected again in a way that you've never felt yourself connected before.
Like connected.
Yeah.
I just I mean, I'm still in control of my actions currently. I just feel that I'm plugged back in.
Yes.
I just say, you guys, it's the mind flayers. The mind flayers are talking to me again.
No, stop it. Hitting it on the head. Stop
Actually,
it. No.
I would like to cast Intellect Fortress.
Okay.
I'm actually going to cast it on I'll cast it at 4th level on myself and Briv, because Penelope's got a pretty good wisdom save. So this doesn't necessarily help us, but I have defense against psychic damage, intelligence, wisdom, and charisma saving throw. So I'm more defended, which ironically enough, canonically, the reason why Freely did this is like at some point I'm gonna run into the mind flayers again, and I need to be ready.
Yeah, you feel yourself push with your magic, you push the mind flayer, the elder mind flayer intellect out of your head.
You guys, I mean, okay, I'm sorry because I realized you guys already kind of fell into a little bit of a mess because of me, which I really didn't know. Sorry. But this is how do we get out of here? I can't go back to that. I cannot go back to that.
I don't really know how we get out of here. All I know is that the last time I was here, a portal popped up out of nowhere, and that's how I met you all. And I was a little afraid that that's exactly how I was going to end up here. I didn't think that all of you would come with me, though.
Wait, didn't you like steal somebody's throne or something? That chair that you're always like pulling out and sitting on. Isn't that from here?
Yeah, that's Strahd's throne. He has a new one. He's not missing this one, but I still like it. I also have his hand. Can I check on his hand?
You, at that moment, you're like looking to check on his hand, and the hand is definitely still in your bag, and you hear the howling of wolves in the distance.
Can we see Castle Ravenloft from here?
And you see the mists surrounding Castle Ravenloft at this moment.
What is the state of the castle? Does it look like it's been hit with flaming undead
You
bodies?
can't see, but Orkira can see with her eyes, as well as Alyndra in her perception and true sight. You see an army of skeletons rebuilding the side of Castle Ravenloft. And we'll leave it right there. Thank you so much for everyone for watching. Welcome to Ravenloft. We have changed many planes for one tiny little plane. Let's go around the room real quick. Thank you. Who are you, Alyndra? Jen Kretchmer.
Hi, I'm Jen Kretchmer. I'm a writer, actor, producer, one of the authors on Candlekeep Mysteries, the creator of the Accessibility in Gaming Resource Guide. And I'm Dreamwisp on Twitter. I stream as Dreamwisp Jen. I had 2 cool announcements today. I helped consult on a new board game for Skybound Games, which is on Kickstarter right now, that just got announced. So you can check that out. I tweeted about that. And also, I have an initiative token as part of World Builders Geeks Doing Good fundraiser, so you can check that out on their site. So lots of fun things happening. Saturday. Or Lauren, you do Saturday. Okay.
Lauren.
Hi, I'm Lauren Urban. I'm the community manager for Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms. You can find me as Lauren. The thing that Jen is talking about on Saturday, I'm pulling it up right now. We're playing a honey heist game for charity. I'm just making sure I have all of the information here. Hold on a second. So we're raising money for the Trevor Project. A whole bunch of people on Saturday, June 26th at 1 p.m. Pacific on the TTRPGIF's Twitch channel. So check out my tweets, check out anything. Come raise money for the Trevor Project, which is an amazing cause.
All right. Hope LaVelle.
Hi, I'm Hope LaVelle. Follow me on Twitter at the Hope LaVelle. You can also listen to me play some more D&D as a really fun character named Dirt on Attackers of Opportunity, wherever you can find podcasts.
Okay. Adam Bradford.
Hey, I'm Adam. I'm the CDO here at Demiplane, and you can find me on Twitter at BadEyeAdam.
Meagan Kenreck.
Hey, I'm Meagan Kenreck, and you can find me on Twitter and Twitch at Meagan Kenreck. I'm also over on Todd Kenreck's YouTube channel, where we talk about all things D&D related. We have some Dwarven Forge videos coming up pretty soon, so we'll be posting some updates about when those are released on our Twitter accounts.
And the betrayer of all of us, the person we can never ever trust again.
I trust B Dave to the ends of the earth. The same way I trust Hope LaVelle to the ends of the earth.
I would just like to say I found out literally 5 minutes before we went live that this is what it was. Now, to Todd's credit, he mentioned me earlier. He was like, so you might be a monster instead of Freely. And I was like, I don't care, I'm in. And then and he sent me a link that wouldn't display on the phone. I'm like, doesn't matter, I'll do it. So I found out, right before we went live. So there you go. Yeah, B. Dave Walters. I do that thing you saw me do all over the place. Just follow me at B. Dave Walters all over the tweetagrams.
I mean, you do have many faces, so it was very on brand for you.
You know what? Killer, evil, gelatinous pudding dealy thing. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Yep.
Accurate. All right. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching. Thank you to this amazing casting crew. And yeah, we're going to have a few adventures in Ravenloft for a little bit.
Boo.
Boo. Yeah, you clearly hate it.
What kind of person hangs out in Ravenloft? Yeah.
Yeah, they're clearly just trash people named Victor. Thank you so much for watching, everyone, and thank you for all the amazing rolls. That definitely changed up the game yet again. And thank you so much for watching. Bye.
Thank you, everyone. Bye.
Later, Gators.